started getting nippy out, so I put on my jacket. Anyways, I wanted to make this longer video of 5 tools that are must-haves to me if you're clearing brush, working your property. And I don't live in a place that's like a desert where it's all rock, so I don't have rock pickers and rock crackers. I'm talking about wooded lands of the Northwest. And so I went over my 3 basic tools in my other video, which was the Zubat handsaw, total must-have. Silky Zubat, Z-U-B-A-T. Look that up. Even if you just put in Zubat, you'll get it. The Mattock with the axe head, must-have. And an Eye Hoe. Now these 3 tools are for if you want to get work done. And then here's the 4th one. Around your property, a good pair of loppers. They don't make this one anymore. If you ever find one of these at a yard sale, this is a Vaca, the V-A-C-A. The geometry of it was perfect. They went out of business. I don't know why, because they probably made their tools too high of quality or something. Corona makes one like this called the Corona Professional. It's the only other one I would get. I don't like the compound action ones, the ones that, the heavy duty ones. They're okay for certain applications, but if you want to go out and do a lot of quick trimming, these are better because the compound ones are real slow. You open them and the gate opens slowly, and you have to swing the arms a great distance to do a little bit of work, and they're heavy. And so those are good for the homeowner that wants to go around and cut some big diameter stuff once in a while, but just some good pair of loppers with basic, what's this, 24-inch handles, a 24-inch. And then this would be the 5th tool I would get, which is a Silky Zubat pole saw. Everyone that's bought one of these has loved them. It's kind of dirty. I was using it on oak, and the oak leaves a lot of juice and then it dries. I need to clean this up, but you can clean these up with WD-40 and a non-metallic abrasive pad, like a green Brillo pad. Let it soak in the WD-40, and then you can get these looking like brand new. It has it's got the same blade that's in the Silky handsaw, and it extends out. This is the 11-foot version. This is the one that extends out to 11 feet. And I use this up in the tree with me all the time when I'm doing fine trimming on trees. And I use it from the ground too. Everyone that's bought one of these has been extremely happy and gotten a lot of work done with one of these. And you can reach it. The thing that's nice about them is you can fully extend this one, and you can hold on to it with one hand. You can hold on to it easily with one hand all the way fully extended. No problem. So those are the 5 tools I would have if you really want to get some stuff done. A Silky Zubat pole saw. To me, the number 1 of these first 3 I showed you guys, which is Silky Zubat handsaw. And I'm going to go over why I like this one. I have 5 other Silkies, and I'm going to show you my other 4. I have 5 total. And besides the pole saws, I also have a big Hayate, which is really long. But if you're into using one of those, you're already a professional. So, but this right here, the Zubat, I think it's the best. It's just really strong. I'm going to show you in a second. This, a pair of loppers. Number 3, this guy, the Axmatic. The Eye Hoe. Keep this thing sharp. You can cut through brush like crazy. Those are the 5 basic tools. Okay, now I want to show you the big version of the, this is the supplement to this video right here. I'm just adding on. This is the big version. The reason why I don't really, this thing is, this is the 5-pound head. The other one I think is a 3-pound or 2.5 pound. It's light, quick, nice to carry around, easy to use. The heavy one, this is what I pull out when I need to bring in the big guns. This thing right here, they make them with the fiberglass handles now as well. Good tool, but I've bent 2 of these over the years where I was really wrenching on it. One time just wrenching down on it and caught under a rock, and I don't know if I could do that again like I did that when I was younger. But. Okay, now here's the add-on with the Silky. I want to show you why I think this is the best saw of the Silkies. I haven't tried the Tsurugi. They've come out with so many new ones now. The Tsurugi, the one with the big hilt, real flashy looking. there's a terminology that's used in chainsaw in the chainsaw world called power to weight ratio. So if I want to use something similar to describe saws, is the weight and size to the ratio of the amount of work that gets done. The thing I don't like about the bigger saws, like I'll show you my other Silkies. Here's my biggest handsaw, the Kamiso Rime. They designed it so you can hold on to it with two hands. This thing's nice. I think it was made for a specific, it has a really, the blade is wide this way. If you're not cutting just right, it can tend to jam. It has a very thin blade profile. I think it was made for a specific purpose. I think it was made for like cutting cane or bamboo. This is a really nice saw. I keep it in the back of my Land Cruiser for an outback emergency saw, because this thing will cut big. But the thing is, it's so big and lanky. I tried, when I first got it, I brought it up into the tree with me doing tree work, and it gets caught on things. You know, it's bigger, it's heavier, this handle is long, more likely to get caught on stuff. Yeah, it has a little more power. It requires more energy, physical energy to exert. It'll go through wood like crazy. I got one of these thinking I was going to switch away from the Silky Zubat, and I bought one of these, and I saw this, and I thought, oh, this thing's awesome. I need to clean this thing up. It's been a while since I've used it. This is my ground man saw. I let them use this thing to cut stuff. This is a nice saw, don't get me wrong. Anything Silky makes is top line. This is the Sugoi. And the handle is not, the blade is not a full tang. The blade comes into right about here, and it attaches. It's still really strong. I've never broken one. This is the only one I've had, but again, power to weight ratio for the amount of work done, for the weight and the bulkiness. To me, this thing is kind of bulky to carry around compared to my Zubat. I'll put them side by side. Not only heavier, just thicker, bulkier. It's a good saw though. And then there's the Gomtaro. I got this for pruning fruit trees. Just on a whim, I bought one of these because I saw the reviews on it, and this was one of Silky's first saws that made them famous. It's kind of like the Zubat. It has a finer tooth profile, the amount of teeth per inch. The more teeth you have per inch, the finer the cutting. The less teeth you have per inch, the rougher it cuts. And it tends to rip out more wood faster, but it doesn't do a fine cut. Like this thing's got very few teeth per inch, and it rips out wood like crazy. Whereas this has very few teeth. It has, the teeth are closer together. There's more teeth per inch, so it's a finer cut. It cuts little twigs and things off nice and smooth. This is an okay saw. It's not heavy duty enough for me though. It doesn't have, it's not aggressive enough. It's light, it's nice, it's straight. It's a nice little saw. This thing right here, now if you want to spend some money, this is probably the best saw that Silky makes right now. I think, that's just my opinion. I'm a professional tree arborist. I work up in trees. This thing is a miniature chainsaw. And the thing I like about it is its thin profile. At first when I saw they came out with this a couple years ago, I thought, I don't know, man, it looks kind of wimpy. But then I started thinking, these guys use good steel. I mean, let me know if you break one of these. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. If you get it caught in a cut and you twist on it, I mean, this steel, these guys know how to make steel. This thing is more aggressive than the Zubat, but these things cost about 90 bucks. They come with a really cool sheath. It's called the Tsurugi with a T. T-S-U-R-G-I. Tsurugi. And the sheath is aluminum. They put a really big hole in the bottom, 2 big holes in the bottom, so that sawdust and debris falls out the bottom. That's a problem with some of the other saws. The sheath would get jammed with debris down there and you couldn't get your saw back in. This thing, they designed it smart. They put a nice big hole in the end. These come in left or right-handed version. This is a lefty. I'm ambidextrous. I use my left for some things. And anyways, but these are a little bit cheap. These are like $69, anywhere from $60 to $70 online. These right here are just tried and true and tested. I mean, this one seems like it cuts a little smoother than the Tsurugi. I got the Tsurugi with large teeth. They make one with fine teeth. I haven't bought one of those yet. The one with the fine teeth comes with a yellow and black handle. The large tooth version comes with the black and red handle. That's the one I got right here. And this thing right here, man, and this blade is replaceable, and it's full tang. And it's replaceable different. It peels. This peels back, and you peel this whole thing off. It's like this soft rubber material, and it peels off. You pull this out, put the new blade in, pull this back over, and it sort of sucks in, it seals. It's kind of like a grippy rubber. It grips over the steel and just stays put like that. So yeah, I mean, the reason I brought out all these other Silky saws was just to show you why I wouldn't really get one of those big giant Silky saws. I think the smaller ones, the original Zubat, I think they make a shorter version of the Zubat now and a longer version. And the same with the Tsurugi. They make one that's, this one right here is a 12-inch blade, I think. It says, it's in millimeters. It's 330 millimeters long. 7.5 teeth per inch. It's a very coarse, aggressive, this is a very aggressive saw. You have to use some physical strength when you're pulling on it. You have to mean it. You have to cut like you mean it. This isn't a toy. This isn't a pretend saw for a little kid. This is a real, for if you want to get some work done, is what I'm talking about. Like, you have to put some oomph into it. This thing right here, you can cut smooth and fine, but it cuts aggressively. It's like the perfect balance. This is still all around. This is 330 millimeters long too. I think it's a 13-inch blade. And they make a larger version of this, and they also make a larger version of the Tsurugi as well. And I think the medium version, the original size, we got an airport over here, so I always got airplanes going overhead. Now that's a helicopter. That's a Reach Redwood Empire Air Care helicopter. There they go. Anyways, so that's why I would get the Zubat. To me, the power to weight ratio, the cost, these things have been around. The work, to weight, to cumbersomeness, when you're out there crawling through the brush and the woods, do you really want a long, heavy thing hanging off your, maybe you're down with that, that's fine. I've just found it doesn't work for me. This thing's a little bit big. I carry it in the back of my truck, my 4-wheel drive. So yeah, that's all the tools right there, and I'll give you a shot of them all lined up here with the Zubat at the head of the pack. And so there's the Eye Hoe, a real tool for when you really want to get some work done. And I'll put the 3 basic tools again that I think everyone should have. Out of all these, you should have these 3. The Eye Hoe, the Mattock with the axe head, and a good handsaw. Next, a pair of loppers and a pole saw, a Silky pole saw. The Silky Zubat pole saw, Z-U-B-A-T. That's the 11-foot version. They make a 14-footer, 11, and a 9. And I think they make a 6-foot. The 6-foot one didn't extend. It was like a fixed version. And then here's the other saws. The Tsurugi, if you want to go all out and you want to spend 90 bucks, there's about $89 plus shipping or whatever. You might find it for a better deal somewhere. This is the awesome little saw. And these other guys, they're great for other things. Okay, so yeah, there you go. But don't forget these 3. This is for if you really want to get some work done. Those 3 right there.